Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is a little bit of a random series because guess who is babysitting today? Well, I have all this work. Can you hear him? I have all this work that I have to do, and now I have to take care of a puppy. I love puppies, but the only thing is the pooing everywhere. I can't deal with the pooing everywhere. So let me show you what I just did. Say hi. I put this little one in Pampers because I cannot deal with the pooing. As much as he is so cute at eating and everything, I can't deal with the pooing. This is the one thing that I can't deal with, the pooing. But here's the thing, I had to accommodate the tail. Look at it, it's just, he keeps pushing it away. And I'm about to create one for you. A Pampers for when he is visiting his auntie. Let's get it started. So first, I'm going to make some space for the project and kind of wake him up from his little nap. Poor little thing. Next, I'm just going to measure around his waist, just above his tummy. Then below his stomach. Then basically the rise of his whole torso. Then the length from the top of his back to his tail, and then the sides of his belly. Now we're going to plan the design of the diaper. So basically it would be the same kind of shape as a traditional diaper by making openings for the legs. On the one half of the diaper, we're going to add flaps. And on the other half, just make additional flaps on the side that will be placed underneath the larger flaps. So for the top of the belly, I placed 8 inches. I then placed 7 inches from the top of the belly to the hole for the tail. Then made the hole slightly narrow for a much sleeker design. I then placed the measurement for the rise, which is 14 inches. And then placed the measurement of 16 inches for the extended flats. Then placed 2.5 inches for the sides of the diaper. So with the closer view, we have 8 inches for the top of the diaper, 14 inches for the whole length of the diaper, 7 inches to the hole, 16 inches including the flap, and also 2.5 inches for the sides. The nice thing about this project is I don't need a lot of space to draft out this pattern, so I'm going to draft half of the pattern of the diaper. First, I drew a horizontal straight line. And made sure it was as long as the rise length. I accidentally added an inch or 2 inches more, so just make sure you stick to your measurements. Then labeled each side top and bottom. Next, it was time to draft the hole of the diaper in order to make a cutout for the tail. I measured down 7 inches from the top of the diaper down to the top of the tail hole. Then made the tail hole 2 inches wide. I then drafted 1/2 inch width opening for the tail opening hole. Then used my broken curve ruler to draft the curves of the hole openings. Feel free to donate to the channel in order to purchase new sewing supplies. Thank you! So since we'll be drafting 1/2 of the diaper pattern, we measured 4 inches, half of the top of the diaper, then measured down 2.5 inches for the side of the diaper. Then I estimated a 4-inch opening for the leg arch. I then drafted the bottom half of the diaper, then took that half measurement of 16 inches and drafted that measurement at that bottom half. Then drew a line perpendicular to that line 2.5 inches to draft the side. We then added 1/2 inch seam allowance throughout the visible lines. Then cut on the lines. Then after cutting all the edges, I folded the pattern in half in order to cut out the leg openings and to duplicate the leg openings onto the other half of the diaper. I then circled out the corners of the flaps to match the illustrated design. Don't forget to label your patterns. So I took one of my nephew's diapers and deconstructed it to fit the puppy diaper pattern. I then made a few slashes to release the little elastic pull that the diapers had already, which I felt was really unnecessary because eventually I will need that elasticity at the end of the product. I then folded the diaper in half and pinned it into place. I then placed the pattern onto the diaper and cut along the pattern lines. The diaper had so many layers to the point where I had to cut through the hole. Then I chose this fabric. I advise that you use a disposable fabric for this kind of diaper, but since it was a sample, I decided to use a fabric that I had laying around. After pinning the pattern into place, I then cut out the pattern. Now, after cutting out my fabrics, I then placed it open to just fit the diaper on top to plan how am I going to sew it to the fabric. So I decided to make a facing for the diaper, which will go along the sides of the diaper and along the flaps as well. To cut the facings, I then placed the pattern and cut along the edge of the pattern. I then removed the pattern and then cut a straight line across from the top of the diaper to the bottom of the diaper. Before cutting, I made sure to measure 2.5 inches up before cutting across. I then tested the facings onto the diaper to see that it covers the raw edges of the diaper. Now we're going to sew everything together. I made sure that the facing had interfacing and that we also serged and overlocked the edges of the hole. We're first going to sew down the edges of the tail hole. Then sew the two pieces together. After pressing the seams open, I then placed the nappy inside, matching the holes in the seams, and sewed the seams down to the fabric. Remember to pull the diaper while sewing for an accurate fit. I then sewed the edge of the facing down for a neat finish. And then pinned along the flap edge of the diaper before giving it a good sew. I then made a few slashes along the curves of the flaps in order to have a much neater finish. I then made a 1/2 inch spacing of an edge stitch around the legs and the sides of the stomach, wide enough to fit a pin through, in which I'm going to insert an elastic in order to bring back the diaper elasticity. I placed a pin on the other side to avoid the elastic to slip all the way through. Once the elastic was fed through, I then removed the pin, pinned the elastic in place, and stitched the end of the elastic. I then sewed down the inner edges of the diaper. Okay, now I don't know where the hell I found these Velcro trims, but they were horrible to use. Like, first of all, I thought all we needed to do was to remove the white part at the back and stick them, maybe iron them and everything, but it wasn't sticking. So eventually I had to use some glue to paste everything down, which I do not like glue. I tried sewing it down, it didn't work. My needles kept being stuck because it had a bit of a tacky feeling at the back. Trust me, this is my second attempt when I was sewing this thing. Like, these were the worst Velcro trims I've ever used. So I ended up using glue, fabric glue for this, and it was the only thing that could work. So I put some glue and left it to dry. And then after everything dried, this is the finished product. So cute, I know. And this is when I said that extra 2 inches, I wish I never added, because it would have been more snug, like how I'm showing with my hand there. But other than that, look at the cute tail. Oh, it's so cute. And that's him walking with it around. So it kind of makes him not really stable per se. I think it's because of that extra space at the back. But this will do for now while he's around in the house. And also for when I carry him around, he will not pee on me. So I'm happy with it for now. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was very experimental. It was fun to do. And I'm happy to see that my dog is cozy in it.